Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the April 8th, 2024 solar eclipse in Aries, part 2 of 2. Now, what's of significance is to look at the other electional aspects at this time, as they will be intensified and accentuated because they're taking place at the same time as this solar eclipse in Aries. And Mars will be conjoining Saturn in Pisces. Mars and Pisces can be, more can be relaxed, even lethargic, and the conjunction to Saturn, may limit the energy and vitality, which can modify the solar eclipse energy. However, though, this transit may also manifest in having more that concentration of energy, in doing something Pisces related, which can include poetry, dancing, photography, spirituality, illusion, or the metaphysical, which includes astrology. This aspect may make it more auspicious for having that drive and motivation in some Pisces related business, whether it's professionally working with the feet or what I just described with poetry, dancing, photography, illusion, which can include working as a magician, or doing something with spirituality, or the metaphysical, which can include astrology. And it could also be, too. I mean, it's what I want to say is it's also important to look at the other transits to your chart, as they will be more pronounced and emphasized because they're taking place at the same time as the solar eclipse in Aries. Now, transit Jupiter in Taurus is going to make a tight conjunction to my natal Saturn in Taurus in the 12th house. Now, this may be expressed in a number of ways. One way this may manifest, it could be prosperity from laborious work that I'm doing, in a calm, steady, persistent Taurus manner, in solitude, which is connected with the 12th house, and the metaphysical, which includes astrology, which is associated with the 12th house as well. And this may also manifest in the enlargement, though, of some kind of restriction, that could be monetary or matters pertaining to self-worth. And, with this falling on a solar eclipse, again, the energy can be more pronounced and accentuated. Now, hopefully, it's not going to manifest in some exacerbation, because Jupiter can enlarge things, exacerbation of some chronic Taurus related issues, such as something with the throat, thyroid, esophagus, ears, or neck. And with this being in the 12th house, could be, if it were to happen, it might be more inclined to lead to hospitalization and or secret sorrows as well. Now, in some instances, this, may manifest in accomplishing something, that may have seemed insurmountable or unattainable. Now, let's say, for example, that this falls in the, the solar eclipse falls in the 12th house of the fears, and the unknown. And, let's say, you know, you had, somebody had a friend that was supposed to be at some, it's an amateur circus performance in which there would be some kind of high wire act, with netting, of course. Um, the person becomes sick and is unable to perform at this time at this event. So, you have some, you are called upon to take the person's place. Now, you have some experience doing this, but you hadn't done it in some time. You may be lacking a little bit of confidence in this, and you never did, a high wire routine, say at that particular height. And you are again called upon to replace the person. Now, you're a little bit reluctant, you're apprehensive because you're lacking the confidence, but let's say, however, you find the will to do it, and you were able to do something that would seem, audacious and require a lot of courage. You overcame a fear in that process. The 12th house is connected with fears. Now, another thing about, say, a solar eclipse, I think it could be serendipitous in some instances, and what may start out something negative may result in something positive. Now, let's say, for example, this takes place in someone's 8th house in their natal chart. A person has just had surgery, on their face due to it being, burned from a fire. The person is told that he may not be able to work sufficiently for X amount of time. Now, coming out of the surgery, this person encounters someone, that has pictures of a place that had been burned down from a fire. The person who had the surgery, looking at it, determines that this was likely something that was done maliciously. And this person, with the photographs, winds up inspiring the other person to begin studying as an arson investigator. Aries is connected, with fire, and you have, the 8th house is associated with investigation. And well, next thing up, there's going to be an event I want to talk about. Might be tied in with this eclipse. There's going to be an Expo Art Week, which will run from April 8th, 2024 until April 14th, 2024 in Chicago, Illinois. This is going to be an exhibit where many people will showcase a wide divergence of new and contemporary art. Now, as you know, the solar eclipse is on April 8th, and the Expo Art Week starts at April 8th, and eclipses, solar eclipses, new moons can be about starts and beginnings. And again, solar eclipses can be about prominent new beginnings. Aries is associated with what is new and pioneering. Venus will also be in Aries at this time. Venus is associated with art, and Aries is can have a connection, or has a connection, I should say, with things that are pioneering, new, and innovative. With this falling on the solar eclipse, this could be a time for a life-altering new beginning associated with art for many. Many people, perhaps more so than average, may be inspired to begin some career in which they create new and unique artwork. Now, something else I want to talk about, at this time, just as far as precautions go, given the nature of the solar eclipse. Now, there's been some reports, regarding increased security that's going to be at various spots during the solar eclipse. Now, it's important, it's imperative to take the necessary precautions for the eclipse. If you plan to view the eclipse live, you want to be out. Well, I say live, I mean, of course, right when it happens, and experiencing it outside. And the thing is, make sure you have, the necessary glasses to wear. I think they have special solar eclipse glasses. Be especially prudent when driving. There may be a greater propensity for accidents during this time. As you know, the eclipse will be in Aries, and Aries is a sign associated with accidents. Aries is very, impulsive energy. And if you're driving to view the eclipse, make sure you give yourself plenty of extra time. There will be many people viewing this. Mercury is going to be retrograde at this time, and this can increase a proclivity for delays in commuting. If you're able to get your groceries in advance, a few days or so prior to the solar eclipse event, get enough to get you through till the day after the event. It may be more difficult to commute to the grocery stores, at this time. And mass shootings, as many of you may know, have become more prevalent in the United States. And the thing is, the solar eclipse event is going to have many places where a lot of people are going to be congregating. And people, need to be very careful at this time. Events with many people can be a prime target for mass shootings. If you're going to attend the event, make sure you know that there will be ample security there. The more police officers and security that is there naturally, the better. Now, if you see something that even looks remotely suspicious, such as people talking in some odd or cryptic code, let the appropriate people know. Let people in security know. If there's any police there, tell them. even if you're just a little bit suspicious. And if someone is acting, say, unusually, volatile or acerbic, take it seriously. If you see anyone, some kind of exposed, weapon such as a firearm, let security know. It's better to be safe than sorry. Because if a shooting were to happen, naturally get away as fast as you can. And, if you have to leave the possessions behind, if you have to. Now, remember, material items can be replaced, but but of course, a human life cannot. And be as close to people in security if you're able to. If you attend this event, such as police officers, you know. And I mean, it may seem a little flippant what I'm saying, but it just makes you wonder: is there going to be a point where people are going to have to be, wearing something on them like bulletproof vests? Just to, go outside and attend an event. And, I understand, we don't want to be, dominated or consumed by fear, but it is really getting to the point where, I just wonder if one day people are going to have to take like more extreme measures just to be safe, when they're going to places. And it's a shame that it has to be like that, where there has to be, even at an event like this, where there's could be some fear and apprehension, because of these things that can take place, especially where a lot of people are going to be, where a lot of people congregate. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.